Hey guys, in today's video I am here with another foundation review. This one is on the HourGlass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick. I got mine in the shade Porcelain. I just got this at Sephora yesterday and I've been dying to try because I hear so many great reviews about it. And I know this isn't a new foundation, but it's not super old, so I decided to do a review for you guys. So if you guys want to see my review, a demo, and throughout the day how it wears, then just keep on watching. So right now on the HourGlass website, I'm going to be reading to you guys what it's about and how much it retails for and how many selections of shades that they do have. On their website, it says that this retails for $46, which is the same at Sephora, which is pretty good. I feel like for HourGlass foundation, I feel like $46 is not that much at all for their foundation. It says it's a revolutionary foundation stick with the coverage of a concealer, the fluidity of a liquid, and the weightless of a powder in a long-wearing waterproof formula for undetectable full coverage. The unconcentrated of pigment in this foundation provides maximum coverage with medium product, concealing all discoloration and imperfections for flawless skin with a seamless finish. Okay, so that basically it's supposed to have a coverage of a concealer, so I'm guessing pretty good to medium to full coverage. So on their website, they have 26 different shades, which I think is really good. They have ranges from really light to really dark colors. So the features of this foundation, it says, a foundation and concealer in one. This concentrated formula contains double the amount of pigment versus traditional foundations for instant coverage in one application. It says it's a long-wearing, waterproof formula provides 12-hour coverage. So I will be wearing this for about that long, maybe even shorter. I don't know if I can wear it for 12 hours, but I'll definitely see if it lives up to saying that it is waterproof and that it is long-wearing. So that's good that it says that. So hopefully it is long-wearing. It says it's a formula adjusts to your body temperature to effortlessly blend into the skin. Designed specifically to use with the Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Brush for the most seamless finish. I did not purchase that because I feel like that's all gimmicks. I feel like I could use any brush and hopefully it will do its job. I don't feel like you need a certain brush. I feel like any foundation should work with any brush if it's a really good foundation. So we'll see about that. It is available in 26 shades to perfectly match every skin tone. It is vegan. It has 0.25 ounces to 7.2 grams in here, which I think is about the normal size of a foundation, but I'm not too sure about that. It tells you all the shades and the descriptions of it, so if you're going to be the shade Blanc, that means you're very fair and cool undertone. Really cool how they have each description of each color, because if you're buying it online, it's kind of hard to match your color. So yes, that's all about this foundation. So far what I'm getting at it is it's supposed to be really full coverage, medium to full, kind of like a concealer consistency, which after you're done applying this, you don't really need a concealer. It says it's supposed to be 12-hour wear, very long wearing, waterproof foundation, and you don't need the tiniest bit to get the perfect amount of coverage. So we will see about that. So let's get started with the whole demo. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, my skin type is kind of dry. I don't really have normal skin or oily skin. My skin is very dry, so I like to use hydrating products and hydrating foundations to really make my skin look a little bit healthier. So I already went ahead and washed my face and moisturized it. Now I'm going to go ahead and do primer all over my face this time because the primer I'm putting on is not supposed to be like a long wearing primer. It's just to make my skin a little bit more hydrated. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Hydrating. I really love this stuff to give me a really hydrated base. Okay, so now we're going to start with the foundation. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to try this for so long. I haven't even took it out of the box yet. Mine's in the shade Porcelain, which is like the third to lightest shade. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's so sleek, so gorgeous. It's just a glass kind of bottle and it's just shaped so cool. I really love it. It has all different corners to it. I think it's so pretty. You have HourGlass in kind of a gold writing. Then you open it and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to roll it up to see how much product we actually get. So right here is how much product you get, which does not look like a lot to me at all. But if this is supposed to be very full coverage and only a little bit, it shouldn't run out that quickly. I have my Makeup Forever one, my Ultra HD stick. I got that 2 or 1 Christmas ago and it just ran out because you don't need a lot of it at all. So hopefully that's the same with this. But like usual with my reviews, I'm going to apply it one time with a beauty blender and one time with a normal brush. When I'm using a stick foundation, I normally like to go in with a brush because I feel like it gives me a lot of coverage. But we're just going to work and see what we got. So I'm just going to do the one side right here. I did a little bit, so I'm just going to do 2 swipes. Let's do 3. 3 on my face, cheeks, and then 1 on my forehead. 1 on the chin. With my foundations, I like it to be full coverage and cover up the redness on my cheeks because as you see, I do have redness on my cheek area. So for this side, I'm going to apply it with a brush. When I'm using a stick foundation, I like to go in with this brush right here. This one is by Morphe. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it came in a little set. I'll leave the set down below if you guys want to check it out. But I love this brush. It's a top flat brush to blend out your foundation. I really love this for stick ones. So let's see. So this right here is with the one side of the foundation. As you see, it's very full coverage. It really nicely with the brush. It wasn't too hard to blend. It was very creamy, which I really like in my stick foundations. Some can be very hard when applying it to your skin, but this one was very creamy. It's very similar to my favorite, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. That one is similar to this. It has great coverage. I feel like it looks really lightweight and natural, but it still is a very full coverage. I feel like I don't think I need another layer of this at all. I feel like it definitely covered up my redness. It covered up my blemish that I had on my forehead. And I definitely agree with it with being a kind of like a concealer. I feel like it covered up the under eye area really well. If I didn't want to, I don't think I had to put concealer on because it went on so nicely. And I really like it so far. It's a really great coverage. Again, it feels very lightweight, not too cakey. And it doesn't feel too tacky on the skin either. So I'm going to do one more layer to see if we can build it up. Just a little bit on the cheek area and on the forehead. And we'll see if it cakes up with a second layer. I went ahead and did a second layer just on my cheek area when I had a little bit more redness and on my forehead a little bit. You definitely could build this foundation up because it definitely concealed a little tiny more of that redness and it did not kick up at all. I think this looks great so far with the brush. It blended really nicely. Again, it feels very lightweight and not drying on my skin at all. I would say this is a satin finish. It's not too matte, but it's not too dewy, which I really love. So yes, that's with the brush side. It also did not kick up underneath my nose, which I have a lot of problems with foundations kicking up around my nose area because I am dry, and that did not do that at all. So I'm going to do this side, 3 on the cheeks and 1 on the forehead, and I'm going to blend it out this time with a damp sponge, just a damp beauty blender. And as you see, I have a lot of redness here, which is definitely covered up. So I'm very impressed with that. I really am loving this so far. So this right here is with the damp beauty blender. But with this, it definitely makes it a little bit less coverage, and it makes it kind of like a lightweight to medium coverage. Opposed to the brush, it definitely made it full coverage with the first time. I feel like when you use the damp beauty blender, this is great if you want more of a natural look with this foundation. It looks the exact same to me with the cover, except I have a little bit more redness on my cheeks area. So I do say if you want a little bit more lightweight coverage with this foundation, use a beauty blender. It kind of soaks up any of the excess product. But I do prefer it with a brush because I feel like it gives me a little bit more coverage. But if I'm looking for something on that day where I want less coverage, I definitely would reach for this because it still looks very beautiful with this. So yeah, I'm going to do one more layer using the sponge to see if we can build it up a little bit to get it to looking the same as this side. So this right here is with the second layer with the beauty blender, and I feel like they look the exact same now. I feel like the coverage is definitely there. So I feel like if you use a brush or a beauty blender, you're just going to use a little bit more product with the beauty blender. I feel like when I use the brush and I used it once, I feel like I didn't really have to add a second layer. But with the beauty blender, I feel like I had to add a second layer. So it just depends on what you really like. If you like, you know, a little bit less coverage, then definitely go with the beauty blender. But if you like a more higher coverage, I think the brush is definitely the way to go. But so far they look the exact same and they look really nice on the skin. Nothing is caking up around my nose area, and it feels very lightweight. Like I don't feel like I have too much foundation on me like I do with some foundations. And I definitely feel like it's set because I don't usually like to set my foundations because I am dry. So if you are dry, that's great for you. Again, it's a satin finish. I think it looks really nice on my skin so far. Do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. This right here is with my other makeup on. I feel like everything went on so seamlessly and smooth with this foundation. I don't think I had any problems with blending my bronzer and all of that. I also did not set the foundation because I felt like it really set itself. The only place that I did use powder is underneath my eyes, anywhere I put concealer. But other than that, I feel like this foundation definitely sets itself. So if you don't want to set your foundation because you are dry like me, you definitely don't have to. But if you are oily, you definitely can as well. But I do love this foundation so far. I feel like it definitely is a full coverage. I think it lives up to everything that it says in the description. We'll see how long it lives up for throughout the day. I will check it with you guys. But so far, I feel like it definitely is a full coverage foundation. You don't need a lot to apply it at all to get a full coverage. You can definitely build it up to the maximum to get whatever you like out of it. And yeah, I really love it so far. It feels very natural on my skin. It doesn't feel too cakey or heavy. And it also says you don't need concealer with this because it kind of acts as a concealer, which I definitely agree. I did apply concealer still because I like looking highlighted and a little bit more brighter underneath my eyes. But if you don't want to use concealer and you're just rushing throughout the day and you want something really lightweight and simple, I think this is great because you don't need to apply concealer or a powder. And I just really love this foundation so far. Before I go, I'm just going to do a flash photography test to see if it gets any flashback. Oh wow, that looks really good. So this is what it looks like with the flash on. Definitely does not have any flashback, which is great because you don't want to have that when you're going to an event and you use flash photography. You don't want any white cast in your photos. I think this looks really, really good. I'm loving this foundation so far. Right now it's 11:56 a.m. So I will check back with you guys in a little bit to give you guys my final review. But again, so far I'm really loving it. Really lightweight to a satin finish. So yeah, I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. So I am back. It's been around 3 hours. Right now it is 2:19 p.m. And yes, I've been wearing the foundation. I've been really, really loving it. It looks the exact same from when I left you guys. I don't think anything has changed. So it actually came off a little bit on my nose. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I just put my sweatshirt back on, so that's probably why it probably came off as I put my sweatshirt on. It looks really, really good so far. I do say it is creasing around my smile lines a little bit, but that's pretty normal for, I think, anyone because we obviously have expressions, we talk. But I think it looks so good. It's not caking up around my nose. It feels super lightweight still, and it definitely is holding up. It says 12 hours, so it's only been about 3 hours so far, and I'm going out to eat, and so we'll see how that lasts. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I am back. It is right now 7:22 p.m. So this foundation has been on for almost about 8 hours, and it says it is 12-hour wear, but I'm going to be taking it off right after this because I had it on for a long time. So what I can see is the foundation held up really, really well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think it still looks really good. If I could touch up, definitely touch up around my chin and my nose area. It definitely came off around my nose. I don't know if you guys can see that. Other than that, the foundation looks really, really great. So this is what it looks like. So my final thoughts on this foundation, the HourGlass Vanish Seamless Foundation Stick. I think it is so far a great foundation. I'm really loving it. So yeah, I'm really loving this foundation. I give it a big A+, a 10 out of 10. I really love it. All the claims are definitely true. It's long wearing and it definitely feels like a concealer, and it kind of does act as one, so you don't need to have a concealer if you don't feel like putting one on. It does set. It doesn't feel too cakey on my skin, which I really love. So a 10 out of 10, A+ for this. I'm really loving it. I also really do love, like I told you guys, my favorite is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. These are pretty similar. I would say they're exact same. If you guys want to see like a battle of these two stick foundations, let me know down below. I definitely do a demo and like review and all that stuff to see which one is better or which one holds up better to the claims that it says it is, and which one I think is the best stick foundation, because I really love both of these. So I don't know which one I'm liking more, this one or this one. So let me know down below if you guys want to see a battle of these two foundations. Leave a comment down below saying battle, and I would totally do it for you guys. So yes, my final thoughts is I really love this foundation. I give it an A+. And yeah, I hope you guys really like this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!